Assalamualaikum and very welcome day to all our panel. My name is Muhammad Zikri Hafiz bin Zainal Abidin. My matric number is B091810454 and my supervisor is Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Zahir bin Hassan. Okay. I'm here today to present my final year project. And my project called On-Road Testing Performance of Air Conditioning System based on presetting climate control ambience. For the introduction, climate change is among the biggest environmental and human concern today. Global warming is called Earth's temperature fluctuations during the past 1 million years. Statistics indicate that Malaysia's average temperature has risen over the past 30 to 50 years. Climate change may cause more frequent and severe weather. According to some scientists, various aspects of climate change rise. Climate change may be defined as change in the state of a climate that change be identified and that persists for at least a decade, which is typically longer than the natural fluctuation of a climate. Malaysian cars must have air conditioning system because of the heat and humidity. Without air conditioning system, passengers and drivers would get uncomfortably hot and long distance journey. A vehicle's air conditioning system provides both driver and passenger comfort to maintain a comfortable atmosphere by regulating the temperature and humidity levels. Using air conditioning is required in order to keep the vehicle cool and comfortable, especially in Malaysia. Problem statement for this project. Daytime temperature are varies throughout the day, hot in afternoon and cool at evening. As number of passengers increase, the car cabin temperature is expected to increase. And the last problem is the car exposed to different amount of shade and sunlight for different period of time. The disturbance effect for this problem is total comfort. When the temperature high in the car cabin, it will disturb our total comfort and it may affect our ease of driving. The objective of this project to measure the temperature of interior car based on the specified time frame, which is morning, afternoon and evening. The second objective is to measure and differentiate specified time frame, which is city, metropolitan city and highway. The third objective is to study the quantity of people in the same car can affect the temperature in the car. And the last objective is to conduct statistical analysis of collected data. The scope of studies in this project is to this investigation was carried out utilizing an on-road testing method to determine the temperature of the inside of the car. This experiment is carried out by traveling to several locations in Malaysia, which the location that will be highlighted in chapter 3. This investigation is carried out by employing the same type of car to demonstrate the differences in interior temperature in different locations. Through the use of the same amount of air conditioning between different areas at the same time, the information required may be obtained. On-road testing system. The device we use is hygrothermometer and temperature sensor. The temperature sensor is attached to the hygrothermometer. The system implementation for sensor 1, as we can see, it will place at the passenger side at the handle grab. For sensor 2, also will be placed at the handle grab, but it will be placed at the driver side. For sensor 3 and 4, it will be placed at the handle grab at the near seat. There is the detail that you can see. For literature review, this is the main article that I reviewed. The title is Climate Change Scenario in Malaysia, Engaging the Public. The name of the article is International Journal of Malaysia Nusantara Studies. The author is Haliza Abdul Rahman, and the article published at the at 2009. The methodology of this article is involved with secondary data which are collected from journal, proceedings, books, and internet sources regarding the topic. The result of this article, of this research in Malaysia, potential climate change impacts include sea level rise, reduced crop yields, increased disease among forest species and biodiversity loss, erosion of shorelines, increased flood intensities, coral reef bleaching, increased disease incidence, tidal inundation of coastal areas, decreased water availability, biodiversity loss, and more drought. Malaysia has generally consistent temperature throughout the year, with mean lowland temperature ranging between 26 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. According to estimates, Malaysia will be hotter by 2050 with a temperature rise of up to 1.5 degrees Celsius owing to global warming. The effect of high temperature in car cabin. Maso et al. Investigated high heat in the vehicle cabin. According to the research, the temperature increased while the car parked in direct sunlight. The trap and stored heat caused the interior temperature of the car rise to 36 degrees Celsius and even to 50 degrees Celsius. Many experts believe that when a car is parked in direct sunlight, the temperature inside the cabin sometimes may reach up to 18 degrees Celsius. Many drivers will have a bad experience within the first 10 minutes of driving a car that has been parked in direct sunlight for an extended length of time. The effect of number of passengers to air conditioning system. The number of people in the car may influence the temperature. This will make them change the temperature setting on the thermostat, allowing to control the flow of cool air into the cabin. Temperature control has an effect on fuel economy. While the thermostat is set to the highest level, compressor will running more fast. This will use more of engine power and will increase the fuel consumption. Installing air conditioning equipment will significantly increase fuel consumption. It may be possible to decrease fuel costs in the car industry by controlling the functioning of air conditioning compressor. Methodology of this project. Temperature of interior car in different areas. For the first stage, we must select the location. The location selected is in city, metropolitan city, and highway. Then we go to on-road testing scenario. In this scenario, in order to limit the work for this study, the specified car is used, that is Honda CR-V. Then the experiment process is run by using same device that can measure the temperature of interior car. The experiment process is run by traveling in different locations in Malaysia. Then for the data collection, we collect from the on-road testing experiment is temperature of interior car in specified location. Then the second is temperature of interior car at specified time. And the last data that we collect is temperature of interior car when the number of passenger is different. After we collect the data, we will do the statistical analysis. For the experimental setup, as I stated before, we will using Honda CR-V. Then I will tie the temperature sensor to the handle grab to every side. Then I will place the every hygrothermometer at the car dashboard. Then switch on the air conditioner. After we switch on the air conditioner, set the air blower setting to level 2. Then start the car and drive it, and the other person beside you collect the data every 5 minutes. For location for experiment, as I stated before, city, metropolitan city, and highway is chosen. The location in city are Air Keruh Melaka, Taiping Perak, and Sungai Petani Kedah. For metropolitan city, in Kuala Lumpur, the road starts from KL Tower to National Stadium Cape Jalil. The second road is in Ipoh Perak, from Ipoh Perak to Lost World of Tambun Theme Park. And the last for metropolitan city is in Selangor. The route starts from SMK Seri Gombak to SMK Rawang. And the last location for this experiment is in highway. The route starts from Air Keruh Toll to Sungai Besi Toll. After that, from Jalan Buta Toll to Ipoh Toll. And the last road is from Ipoh Toll to Sungai Dua Toll. The preliminary findings in this project. Due to COVID-19, I only can run the experiment in Melaka. This is the result of the experiment in Melaka. As you can see in morning, the temperature tend to drop more compared to other, then the time it will drop is 15 minutes. After that, it will become more consistent. And this may be because of the ambience temperature that influence the temperature in car cabin. For the afternoon, as we can see, the temperature will rise up to 5 minutes and then will drop it 5 minutes later, and it become more constant. For evening, the temperature will drop only 5 minutes and it will become more consistent, then it will be dropped slightly. This is the data for temperature detected by each sensor. As you can see, for sensor 1, sensor 2, and sensor 3, also sensor 4, The blue bar is when the experiment being held in morning, and the red is when the experiment being held in afternoon. Also, the green when the experiment being held in evening. For the conclusion, the objective and goals for this project were defined in the first chapter to guarantee that project improvements occur within the context of the project. The scopes of this project have also been identified as a step in the project development testing process in the second chapter. The final chapter highlights the information sources gathered from a thorough literature review done over the course of this investigation. This research have investigated a new approach for studying the performance of a car's air conditioning system in different climatic zones. The parametric setting used the car air conditioning system analysis of the temperature of the car interiors to determine the comparison of the temperature measured by sensor 1, 2, 3, and 4 between morning, afternoon, and evening. The purpose of this task is to monitor temperature fluctuations. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.